this recipe. It's called Star Bread, and it's just a fancy looking cinnamon rolls. Basically, is how we're making it. You can do different filling like Nutella. That sort of. This one has Nutella for filling. We don't like Nutella, so we're just going to try something with just cinnamon and brown sugar, like a cinnamon roll. So we did the dough, and now we got to work the dough into 4 equal circles, and this dough is really, really soft. Now this said the dough has to be really soft to work with it. Yeah, it's soft. Alright, so we're going to make that into 4, and then we're going to roll them into circles. So. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. So we're going to roll out a 10-inch circle, and then get it on here.
There's yeast in this dough, is there?
It's a yeast raised dough, yeah.
Does it have to rise again?
It does have to rise again. I'm guessing about an hour. I don't know what the recipe calls for. Where's the recipe? Assemble the bread and cover and shape, wrap, let rest 20 minutes, then bake at 350. So it doesn't have to rest all that long. So we need 10 inches diameter, which is that. We roll it a little bit bigger than 10. Get it to stretch some, and then you can always put it back. Looks like 10. Not quite. Alright, so get that on there. Now, the recipe calls to... The recipe I'm using for cinnamon filling is from another recipe I found online, because this one has a Nutella filling. So the recipe I found online said to take a large egg and to stir it up and then spread it out over your layer about a 1/4 inch from the edge. And then on top of this, we're going to put the cinnamon sugar. So this is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and almost a tablespoon of cinnamon. So we're going to put 1/3 of this. The egg is basically just to keep the sugar sticking in place.
And then each of those are going to be layered on top, on top, on top?
So we're going to roll another one now, 10 inches, and we're going to lay it right on top of this one.
Ah. And then it bakes just like that?
No, then it's got to get cut to form a specific shape of a star.
Okay, all right. Now I see where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
I can see where we're going.
Okay.
So you're trying to make them at least the same size.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing with yeast in it, when it goes in the oven, it's going to puff up.
Yeah. Well, it's going to rest for 20 minutes, and then when the oven heat hits it, it'll rise some more.
Okay.
All right, so that's number 2.
So instead of egg, could you use like margarine?
You couldn't use margarine. I'm kind of guessing that the reason that other baker that I read online used egg is maybe they've tried margarine and margarine leaks out and they don't want it to leak out.
Okay. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yep.
So,
Yeah. So when it's time to rest this for 20 minutes, you're just going to cover it
yeah, we'll just cover it
and
with a
leave it
cloth.
here.
We'll leave it here and we'll cover it with a cloth. And,
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I think it's going to be good. I'm afraid if I tried to get them all the same size, there'd be squares and rectangles.
Well,
Because I've made cinnamon rolls before, when trying to make it into a rectangle is not easy.
practice. So
Yeah.
lots of practice. Although I've never made this one before, but I've made lots of circles.
True.
Made lots of pizza shells in a day,
Yeah. Weekly.
weekly.
How many eggs is in that bowl? Just one?
It's just one egg. Yeah,
Wow.
one egg.
And then do you put egg on the very top layer? No.
When you,
No.
I don't know. I think you're supposed to glaze it. Yeah.
After it comes out.
I think before,
Okay.
just so that it has a shine when it comes out of the oven.
Oh, right. One more.
Just the trick to get it the shape that you want. You just have to keep the dough moving. Notice I flip it around a lot. You don't want the dough sticking to the table because then you can't move it to where and how you want it. So be generous with the flour. Now it would help maybe I had a dry brush to get that flour off, but I don't think for this recipe it's going to matter much. All right, now comes the fun part.
That's the fun part.
So now we got to mark the center with a 3-inch circle, and it just so happens that a coffee mug.
Now, before it rests?
Yep. The coffee mug is a 3-inch circle. And then we need a cutter, like a pizza cutter. And we got to make 16 cuts. One.
But not through the middle.
All the way, no, not through this stays whole. Like that. And then in
4,
half.
5, 6. Now between each one.
And then
again.
half again.
Oh, I know. You're going to flip them over.
And then we're going to do a little trick to make it look like a fancy pinwheel.
Pizza wheel works good.
Yeah. All right, so I've never done this part before, so we're going to see how this turns out. We're going to take 2, and I think you turn them like so.
Okay. Pinch it a little bit.
I don't know if you turn them this way. Maybe you're supposed to turn them this way. We go 1,
I think it'd be the same thing.
2.
That looks prettier. Because you get 2 rows of cinnamon.
Just maybe pinch the dough together like that.
Yeah, we'll do that
So
way.
we'll do this way. So you got to turn them out. 1, 2, and then pinch them together. And pinch them together.
You're going to redo that one?
Okay, I'm going to get back to it yet. 1, 2.
Do you do anything with that center bit?
Nope.
Yeah, it's looking good. I think it looks more like a snowflake.
Yep. Let's see if we can take this one apart. Go back this way. And go this way.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
All right, so leave that there. I think we glaze it. Let me see. Some of the bread. Preheat your oven. Use a pastry brush. Lightly brush the star bread with egg wash to ensure a golden shiny brown bake, and then bake for 25 to 30 minutes until golden brown. If you notice the brown points on the top are browning too quickly, you can put a piece of aluminum foil over it to slow down the baking. Yeah. Okay, so we egg wash it just before we put it in the oven.
Okay. So you're going to cover it.
minutes. We'll be back in 20 minutes.
$3.50.
350. So now we're going to egg wash. It's been sitting for 20 minutes. So, yeah.
Oh, that's the timer. Then like it shinier or darker?
Yep. A little darken it. The yolk will darken it, and the egg white will make it shiny. So if you just want it to be shiny, then you leave out the yolk. You don't have to wash it at all if you don't want to. I might just leave one not washed just so that we can see what the difference is like. Okay, so just wait for the oven to rise or oven to come up the temperature, then we'll put this in the oven. Alright, so the oven is ready, set at 350, and we're gonna, this one here is the one that wasn't glazed. So there, like that. Recipe says 25 to 30 minutes, so we're just gonna set this for 25 and then come back for a look. So we it came out of the oven and we had company, so it was cooling.
So this is what's left.
This is what's left, yeah. Company came and we shared. So they got a slice each, and then Gina snuck a slice for herself.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah. So
no, don't cut it. Just pull it.
Just pull it. Okay.
It comes right apart.
Yeah. So. Looks really, really smells delicious.
It's really good.
We talked about putting a glaze on it, but we're just going to have it like this.
Seeing as it's half gone.
Seeing as it's half gone, so.
You like it?
Oh, delicious.
It's very
It's
good.
It's very nice, yeah. That's a nice dough.
Yeah.
Overall, A1.